Okay, today we will basically we want to talk about this title. This is not the main title, but the main title that we are going to talk is about the center of gravity. Center of gravity. Okay. Do you know what is the exact meaning of center of gravity? Center of gravity. Even in Persian, if you have the exact meaning of center of gravity in Persian, you can share in Persian as well.
Sir, is it نقطة صفر?
Yes, it is equal, but in the Persian physics, we have one different title for this. This title, different meaning. Anyone else?
It means مركزي جنبه.
Yes, but it's a little bit different. The first one is correct. The second phrase that you have used is not correct.
Sir, can I go?
Yeah.
Okay, the center of gravity of an object is the point through which the entire weight of the object can be considered to act.
Yes, yeah, this is the exact definition, but I mean that the meaning and the definition in Persian, the equal meaning or the equal word or phrase in Persian, if you are having center of gravity.
Sir, isn't it قطب مركزي الثقل?
Yes, that's exactly the meaning of gravity, center of gravity. And why do we talk about center of gravity today? And what is the relationship between center of gravity and the title that we talked in previous lesson, which is moment? It was moment. Can you find any relationship in between the moment and center of gravity? Okay. So if you want to find some more information about this one, let me show you one video, so you may exactly carefully watch the video, and after that we will talk about the center of gravity.
Center of gravity. Try to balance a piece of cardboard on your fingertip. What do you observe? We observe that there is only one point on which the cardboard can be balanced. This point where the cardboard can be balanced is called the center of gravity of the cardboard. Thus, the center of gravity is the point through which the resultant of the weight of all the particles of the body acts. Let us now determine the center of gravity of an irregularly shaped lamina using a plumb line. Make 3 holes near the edge of the lamina so that the lamina can swing freely when pivoted from each hole. Suspend the lamina from the point P as shown here. Hang a plumb line from the point P and mark the plumbing line P' on the lamina. Repeat the experiment by suspending the lamina from Q and mark the plumbing line Q'. Now follow the same procedure for the point R. We observe that all the 3 lines PP', QQ', and RR' intersect at one point. This point where all the 3 lines meet gives the center of gravity of the lamina. Generally, the center of gravity of geometrically shaped objects lie at the geometric center of the object. View the center of gravity of the objects listed here by clicking on the objects.
Okay, now do you have my slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As you have seen that in the picture and the video that I played for you, center of gravity. Okay, so here, for example, in this picture, this is center of gravity. If we think about center of gravity in this picture, what is exactly the meaning of center of gravity? Center of gravity means that if we find the exact point, we think that all the weight of object is collected in this point. Okay, so what is the first specification of the center of gravity? If we find this point, so this point shows us that if we think, and we can say that all the weight of this object is collected into this same position. And after that, the points that we can determine that whether this is the center of gravity or not, it is moment. All moments in this point is equal to what? Point is equal to 0. There will be no moment. Why? Because the moment which is acting anti-clockwise is equal to the total moment which is acting to the clockwise. So that's why first you should find what is the center of gravity. Center of gravity is the point that all the weight of the object is collected into one point and the total moment is equal to 0. Okay, now come to this point. Okay, for example, if you have one roller like this one, you may start from this point till this point. Put the rollers on your finger. Finally, you may find a point that this point is called what? Center of gravity for the roller. Why? The object or the roller will not move to the left or to the right side, or the whole weight of the roller may be collected into this exact position. Okay, so this is called what? This point is called center of gravity. In the center of gravity, all the moment of this side will be equal to the moment of right side, and this moment which will be made by this force, this is called what? Clockwise. This is anti-clockwise, and the moment which will be made by this force, which is called clockwise. They are equal. So when they are equal, where the object will not move into the right side or into the left side, and the whole weight of the ruler will be collected into the specific points. Okay, so this is called what? This is called how to find the center of gravity. Okay, Now see that we have very beautiful picture here as well. This is the center of gravity for the ruler. Why this is the center of gravity? If we collect all the moments of from the right side and from the left side, the moment will be equal to 0 in this point, and the whole weight of the ruler will be gathered in the specific point. Okay, so this is the definition of center of gravity. Center of gravity. Okay, so what is center of gravity? The center of gravity, or the center of mass, is the specific point where the whole of the weight of an object appears to act. Okay, so when you put your finger or when you check on that one, so you will find that the whole weight of the object may act at the specific point, which is this is the center of gravity. And the next point, which is very important that I explained for you, is zero moment. In the center of gravity, the amount of moment will be what? Will be equal to 0. You may keep in your mind, in the center of gravity, always the weight is in the maximum size and the moment is equal to 0. Okay, so here is the question. How to find center of gravity? How to find center of gravity? Simple question, and if you are having any idea, you can share. How to find center of gravity? Center of gravity. Okay, now if you are having any types of ideas, you can share here. How to find center of gravity? No one?
Sir, I think when we multiply the mass and acceleration, we can find the center of gravity.
Multiply by mass with the acceleration, we can find. Okay, no, physically without the applying formula. Simply, if you want to find the center of gravity of, for example, book. You have one book on your hand, and how can you find the center of the gravity of this book? And for example, if you have a ruler, how can you find the center of gravity of a ruler? Let me draw a simple picture here for you. For example, this is your book. This is your book. How can you find the center of gravity of this book?
Sir, I think here, like if it is a book by our hands, like we can check which one is the center and which one keeps our balance. I mean, this book balance, which part of this book keeps the book balance. So in that case, that would be the center of gravity.
Yes, physically, if you want to find the center of gravity of this one, as you said, we should check point by point, and after a long time, finally we will find the center of gravity. There will be no moment or no movement of the book. Yeah, that's correct. And if without any experiencing, for example, without putting different positions, can you show us how to find exactly the center of gravity without any hard working, trying many points and wasting a lot of time? The center of book is the center of gravity. Yes, Miss Nahid Omarzai. But yeah, this is the main question: how to find the center of book. Yeah, this is the main question. Yes, the center of book, for example, the center of ruler, the center of everything is called the center of gravity. Okay, first let me explain this point simply by drawing some pictures for you. Okay, so let's move on simply step by step. First, we have two types of shapes. For example, if we check the shapes of something, we have two types. Okay, The first one, we have 3D shapes. 3D shapes. And next one we have 2D shapes. 2D shapes. Okay, I'm sure that you know what is the meaning of 3D and 2D shapes. 3D means 3 dimension. 3 dimension shapes. 3 dimension shapes means that the object like this one, like this cube. Okay, so like this cube, let me draw this cube for you. Okay, so this is a cube. This cube has length, width and height. This is called 3D shape. And we have 2D shape. 2D shape means that which we have only 2 dimension. 2 dimension. For example, this is the length and this is the width. Today, because we are not going to and we are not supposed to discuss too much with high details, we are going to discuss only about the 2D shapes, the shapes which has only 2 dimension, length and width. Okay, so how to find this for example, these types of shape. Okay, if we want to talk about 2D shapes, 2D shapes, we have 2 types of 2D shapes. 2 types of 2D shapes. One is regular shapes, and one is irregular shapes. Okay, now first I want to explain the regular shapes. For example, if you have okay, let me draw this again because it's not a regular and I mentioned that it must be regular. Okay, so this is a regular shape. How to find without? And based on the, for example, geometry, based on the physics, based on the some other parts of the mathematics, how to find exactly? For example, from this corner or from this point, if you draw the diameter of this shape, okay, now you should draw the another diameter of this shape. Okay, we have the point that they cut each other. Okay, they crossed each other. This is called what? Intersection. Intersection. Okay, so the intersection of the diameter is called what? Center of gravity. Center of gravity. This is regular shape. For example, if you have a triangle, so this is a triangle. How to find the center of gravity of this one? You may directly draw a line from one angle to the middle of front line. Okay, for example, this is front line of this angle. You may directly draw a line from here to this point. And next one, from this angle you may draw a line to the middle of the front line. And next one, from this angle you may draw a line in this point. Okay, 1 minute, sorry, because it was somehow irregular. Why it cannot make regular shape? Okay, now see again, if you want to check, we have again an intersection. Okay, again an intersection from these 3 lines. This intersection is the center of the center of gravity. Center of gravity from this triangle. Okay, so here is another question. What if we have an irregular shape like this one? What is your suggestion? How can we find the center of gravity of an irregular shape? Do you have any suggestion? Let me write it here, irregular shape. Irregular shapes. For example, you have like this one object. Okay, so how to find the center of gravity of this object? Do you have any solution, any idea about this one? Okay, waiting for you if you are having any idea. No?
Teacher, in the video itself, there was an irregular shape, but the person again used the same strategy. He kind of not drew actually. Put it on a we can say like needle, and then finally there was some lines made, and he chose the center of those lines for this irregular shape.
Yes, I wanted to exactly hear this point from you, because when you saw the video, so the video was exactly about how to find the center of gravity of irregular shape. For example, if you want to find the center of gravity of this, so first you should make three hole from the three sides of this object. Okay, for example, from this one. And then what should you do? You should hang this object on the wall vertically. Okay, when you hang on the wall, so you should draw one line vertically from the first point. Okay, from the first hole, you might see this line. You might see this line. Okay, if you vertically hold this one on the wall, and next one, if you hold this object from this hole on the wall, and if you draw a vertical line, you might draw like this one line. Okay, and next one, if you hold from this hole the object, if you draw a vertical line, you might see this one. Okay, so this line, and finally those three lines will cross each other. So this line is called what? Intersection of three lines. Intersection of three lines are what? Three lines are exactly the center of gravity of this object. Okay, so in the next session, inshallah, we will explain what is the importance of the center of gravity. Why did we talk about the center of gravity? Okay, so till tomorrow you have time. If you could find any types of information about the importance of center of gravity, I will appreciate you to explain before me. Okay, so if you couldn't, that's okay, I will explain. And what is the importance of center of gravity?